If you follow the channel, when it comes to home security and security cameras, you know I have a go-to brand, and that brand is ALIBI Security. And I talk about them so much, I think some people out there think I work for them. I do not. I'm a dealer of theirs, but I'm a dealer of theirs by choice. There's several different reasons for it, and go back and check out our ALIBI Security playlist to see what some of those reasons are. But for you in YouTube land and for our customers here locally, it doesn't mean I'm not going to test other brands, because I'm going to. I'm going to see if there's something better out there, something better to offer you, something better to talk about. And that's the case today. We're talking about one of those other brands. This is actually going to be a two-part series. We're going to talk about another brand in a couple weeks, and I'm talking about popular and reputable brands. I'm not talking about the drug dealer cameras, which is Swan, Night Owl, and Lorex. That's never going to happen for me because they're never going to be relevant because they suck. These are two popular and relevant brands. One of them is Onwote, and we're going to talk about one of their popular models, and that's what we're going to talk about today. And again, stay tuned for another one in a couple weeks. Well, let's get started with Onwote. What up, everybody? It's George Langabeer with SilverHammer Surveillance. Here on the channel, we talk smart home tech. We talk home security. Occasionally, we've had to talk about colon cancer because yours truly was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer in October 2022. It's very important to share that journey and spread awareness. But currently, I'm kicking cancer's ass, and we really don't have much to talk about on that front, which is a good thing. So we're going to talk about home security, specifically a solar-powered PTZ camera from Onwote, which again is a popular, reputable brand. We're going to unbox it, we're going to talk about the specs, we're going to talk about the app, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts. But before we move on to that, I want to tell you that sadly, but somewhat excitingly, this is our last time recording in SilverHammer Tower. This video will be it. We are moving this week. We are moving to a place called The Breakers here in Omaha. It is a former power plant. It was abandoned for several years. Really cool company here called New Style Development redid it and turned it into apartments. And our floor plan is called The Voltage. So we're going to call that bad boy Voltage Studio. So our next video will be coming to you from Voltage Studio, and it'll be a smart home tour and our new setup. So very excited to share that with you. So please come back in 2 weeks and check that out. And then right after that, we're going to do the second part in this series where we're going to talk about another reputable, popular camera brand. But today, again, we're talking about Onwote, and let's get on with the unboxing. Now that we've unboxed, let's talk price and specs. For price, it is $99.99, which is great for a pan tilt camera, both indoors and outdoors, by the way. It is currently on sale for $79.99 on Amazon, so check the affiliate link in the description below if you're interested in purchasing. This is a 5 megapixel HD battery solar powered Wi-Fi camera. Wi-Fi camera meaning that it's a standalone camera. You do not need a DVR or an NVR. It just can be by itself, connected to your 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. We've got a 355 degree pan and 120 degree tilt. So this is a full pan tilt camera. And again, at that price, that's great, especially indoors and outdoors, because you can do both with this camera. You've got timely color night vision. We'll talk about the night vision in a few minutes. This is indoors and outdoors, like I said, ceiling and wall mounted. So you've got flexibility on how you can mount this thing. Real-time warnings and alerts, and that's for different types of AI, including person detection. And that's real-time alerts. You can set motion zones, and it's got two-way talk. Microphone and the speaker work pretty well. Again, we'll talk about that in my final thoughts. You got non-stop 24/7 monitoring. It's got a built-in rechargeable 9,000 milliamp battery, and you really don't need to worry about that because it's got a solar panel. And again, we'll talk about that, how the solar panel is in my final thoughts. You've got multiple storage options. You got up to 128 gig micro SD card option. And then you've got free 7-day cloud storage, and the smart AI human detection records will be always kept for the last 3 days. All right, let's get into the nitty gritty of the numbers. Again, it's 5 megapixel as far as the color sensor goes, built-in microphone and speaker. You got night visibility up to 50 feet, and then you got a spotlight on this that is also 33 feet of color night vision. You got 15 frames per second, smart AI human detection, supports up to 128 gig micro SD card. Like I said, you also get that free 7-day cloud storage as an option. Again, it connects to your 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. You just need iOS 9 or above for iOS, and then there's also Android 4.0 and up for Android. They're saying you get 180 days on the battery, but again, you don't need to worry about that because you have the solar panel. The operating temperature on this is 4 degrees Fahrenheit to 122 degrees Fahrenheit. That's negative 20 degrees Celsius and up to 50 degrees Celsius. Now, that's a pretty decent weather rating here in Nebraska. I'm a little worried about trying it in the winter, so we'll see. Obviously, we're testing in the summer, so I can't tell you about that, but it's a decent weather rating. All right, that's the specs. Let's talk about the app. All right, as far as the app goes, if you're on the App Store, you're going to get the Cloud Edge app. Now, I know this is Onwote, but the app is called Cloud Edge. Now, I'm not going to go through the setup because it's really easy. All you have to do is hit that plus button in the top right. It walks you through it step by step, and it takes like 2 minutes to set this up. Very easy to do. Once you have it set up, you go to the app. You could have several cameras here. I just have the one, so I named it the Tower Rooftop PTZ. I've got it up on the roof because I really wanted to see how it did in the climate. It's gone through several different rainstorms because it just keeps raining here in Nebraska. But anyway, when you go to the camera, you can hit the play button, and you can either turn the audio on and off. So there it is. You've got a nice wide angle. Again, it's got that 130-degree field of view. You can see how clear it is at 5 megapixel. Now 2K is 4 megapixel, 8 megapixel is 4K. This is 5 megapixel, so it's right in between, but that's pretty crystal clear. Now this is a pretty good distance from my router, so you can see I got a little bit of choppiness there. Now when I tested it here closer to my router, it was much less choppy, so that's actually a fault of the location I've got this in. So when you see that choppiness, but nice clear angle, nice wide view, and the color looks great. Obviously, we're looking at it in the daylight right now. All right, so you've got live, you've got history, and you've got cloud. So you can toggle between your timeline there. And then you can take a screenshot. So you can just take just a quick snapshot of whatever's going on right now. You've got the intercom where you can turn on that two-way audio. So you'll always hear them. They won't hear you until you get that intercom. You can record a clip from here in the app. There's your motion detection, so you can turn that on and off. So you can switch between the AI and all motion. Obviously, with all motion, you're going to pick up everything that moves, which is trees, bugs, rain, snow, all that. But you've got some AI options here as well. And then you've got your PTZ options, so you can spin it. Now I find this PTZ function to be very responsive. When I hit a button, it really truly turns. I find a lot of pan tilt cameras, that's not the case. It's a little funky, but this one works very well. So you've got the PTZ option, and you've also got the light. So you've got a spotlight on this thing that gives you 33 feet of color night vision, and I'll show you some nighttime footage here. You can really see the difference between the black and white. Now the black and white image is great, but the color night vision is also great. And again, you know, the distance isn't that great. So when we're talking about ALIBI security, like I said at the beginning, you know, our go-to system there has 98 feet of color night vision. Now that camera is also much more expensive, the ALIBI one. This one's $99, so you get what you pay for. But at 50 feet and 33 feet of color, that's pretty awesome for $99. All right, then if you scroll over, you've got a siren, so you can activate a siren on this thing to scare somebody away. You've got audio warning and a strobe light, so you can activate strobes on this thing, which is great if you're trying to scare somebody out of your yard. You've got full color mode, and then you've got your album of all your snapshots and your video clips you took there, which then obviously you can save to your own camera roll. So that's the basic functions of the app. And then if you turn your phone landscape, you've got your video clip there, you've got your PTZ function, you've got your microphone, tells you how many megapixels you go, you got your time and date stamp. But again, nice wide angle and crystal clear, beautiful 5 megapixel resolution. All right, and if you go to the top right, you've got your settings. So it gives you the name, tells you your signal strength, what time zone you're in, it tells you your battery level. You can receive alert notifications, so you can turn your notifications on and off. You've got alarm management there. If you click on that, that's where you can turn on your motion detection, image settings, anti-flicker setting. You can flip the screen if you need to for your different mounting options. And then you've got your night vision options there, which which is intelligent vision, full color night vision, black and white night vision, intelligent switches between black and white and color, and it does the color when there's a vent, which is pretty cool. All right, so that's the image settings. Then you've got device share, which you could share this with someone. So if, you know, some people downtown here in Omaha share their cameras on websites, so you get this cool view of downtown Omaha. You could do that if you wanted to. Installation guide, it walks you through the installation. Location management, just tells you your name. And then work indicator, time settings, so you can change your time setting there and your time zone. Sound settings, you can turn the microphone on and off, the voice recording on and off, so that means hearing them. Microphone's obviously them hearing you. You've got that speaker, you've got speaker volume. Video encryption, you can turn that on for higher security. AI intelligent analysis, so that's where you can turn on people, pets, cars, or packages. So you've got those 4 options, which is fantastic, or you can just do all motion. Battery management, this is where it tells you whether or not you've got it on the solar panel. Again, you could just recharge this battery and not do the solar panel. That is an option. You could also really plug this in if you want, but that's not very convenient because of the power cord that comes with it. So you've got your battery management there. Recording management, so it tells you what your SD card is. Event recording, you can turn that on and off. Cloud storage service, again, you get 7 days of free cloud storage, and then you've got your firmware. And then you can restart your camera if you need to right there from the app. But that's pretty much it. And then again, if you had several cameras, they'd be listed here. If you go to the home screen, you've got messages from Onwote. And then if you go to me, it tells you what storage options you have and just different things about your actual Onwote account. All right, that's the app. Let's talk about my thoughts on this bad boy. So what are my pros and cons? There are many more pros than cons on this camera. Good job, Onwote. Pro number 1, price $99.99, current price $79.99. Check out the affiliate link in the description below for an indoor, outdoor pan tilt camera. That's a fantastic price. Love that. Resolution, 5 megapixel, you know, 4 megapixel is 2K, 8 megapixel is 4K. This is in between. Man, the crisp image is great. And even at night, black and white or color, great on the resolution. Wide angle, love the 130-degree field of view. You could see on my rooftop and get the whole city up there. That's awesome. Great that it has the color night vision. Now it's only 33 feet, so that's a pro and con, but awesome that it has the color, and you can see on my camera here, the color looked great, even in the middle of the night. Now we've got a lot of city lights, so you got to keep in mind your yard might be really dark, but so 33 feet, you know, plan for that. All right, so color night vision, pan tilt option, again, for the price, awesome. That's got the 355, 120 tilt. That's great. Storage options, flexible storage. You do not need an NVR or DVR. That's a pro. You got the SD card or the free cloud storage. It's great that that's free. It's indoor, outdoor, so that's fantastic. A lot of PTZ cameras, or pan tilt cameras, excuse me, indoor, like Eufy's got a great one, but it's only indoors. This is great that it's indoor, outdoor. Mounting options, awesome that it can go on the ceiling or the wall. And then the AI, people, vehicles, packages, and pets, everything you want in a security camera, especially on the residential side. So, and I find that the AI works really well. It really did a great job of recognizing people and the difference between those 4 things. Now, it's not facial recognition, it's people recognition. So it'll tell it as a person, it just won't tell who it is. Keep that in mind. 2-way audio, I find that the speaker and the microphone are decent. Not the best in the world, but again, for $99, does the job. Power options, awesome that it's got the solar panel, or you can just do the rechargeable battery. But with the solar panel, then you can put it pretty much anywhere that your Wi-Fi reaches and not have to worry about the power, and that's fantastic. Moving on to cons, again, some of these are pros and cons are both. Build quality, now that's a con because it's, you know, more of a plastic realm, and I'm comparing this again to like ALIBI Security, where those are the most vandal-proof. Like you could take a bat to an ALIBI camera and it would break the bat. This, if you took a bat to it, it would break the camera. But again, for price difference and value, you get what you pay for. For $99, this build quality is fine, but it is a little cheaply made. Night vision distance, again, the color night vision is great. The night vision is great at the distance that it allows. But if you've got a big yard, or even if you put this in business or something, keep in mind that you're at 50 feet black and white, 33 feet of color. That's not very far, but you saw on my camera, it looked fantastic. Weather rating, 4 degrees here in Nebraska. It's going to get colder than 4 degrees. So I wish I could test it in the winter. That's not going to happen. So that's one concern. Now, it's pretty typical for an indoor-outdoor camera. That's not, but ALIBI, for example, is negative 40 degrees to 140 degrees. But again, a much more expensive camera. So again, it's all about you get what you pay for. So again, much more pros than cons. Great camera for the price, great value. Awesome that it's standalone. You can put it anywhere. Just make sure you know that it's 2.4 gigahertz and your Wi-Fi dictates how far you can put this thing from your router. Otherwise, pretty awesome for the price. Okay, so that's it. What do you think? Think you might purchase one? You have a camera similar? You have another brand we should talk about? I'm all about talking about anything other than Swan, Night Owl, or Lurex. My favorite little drug dealer cameras. That's never going to come out of my mouth. Their features and specs will never come out of my mouth. They suck. Anyway, but yeah, let me know. And yeah, we're very excited to come to you from Voltage Studio for our next tour. And that will be in 2 weeks. We're going to show you our new setup and all the smart home devices I put in there. And then the video after that will be the part 2 in this series of different brands that I'm comparing to ALIBI. So yeah, very excited about our future. Very excited to be healthy at the moment and to be just ready to move on to this new chapter. It's kind of a fresh slate for us at the Langabeers and SilverHammer Surveillance. So I'm very excited about that. So until that smart home tour, peace and love.